Here's a sit rep for you. We've had 2 nights. Here's a sit rep for you. We've had 2 nights, this is the 3rd day, and we've got a fucking mouse in the van. We've had eyes on twice, both in the middle of the night, and it's causing issues, shall we say. One, it's disrupting our sleep because obviously it comes out at night and it's being a right pain in the butt. 2, we are really fucking paranoid that it's going to chew through some wires or something, and it's just gonna yeah, make the van like non-roadworthy. We popped into the local village today. I'm not even gonna pronounce how to say it. We went to the local shop. They've got the rat glue, they've got poison, and they've got traps. The glue, I don't really want to kill the mouse. I'd rather just get it out. I don't want to use the glue because basically when they walk through the glue, their arms get stuck, and then they basically, I think it's been known that they pull their arms off and shit because they're trying, it's not very nice. Poison, I've seen plenty of things poisoned in my day, and it's not a nice way for anything to go. So I don't want to do that. Coupled with that one is if it eats the poison and then it crawls into like somewhere in the van, you're gonna have a rotting carcass in there, and that's gonna be honking. And the traps, yeah, I'm not a big fan of. But like I said, we don't really want to kill the mouse. So today we're basically doing our very best to tear the van apart without taking it apart too much, because we need to put it back together to try and find this mouse before tonight. Yeah.
I've said it many times, I know I would change my ways, I know for sure. When all the crows decide to meet, they settle down beneath my feet. I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let it go for a little while. So be here as the night.
Right, so it's 1:30 in the morning. I've literally been lying in bed, not moving for the last 3-4 hours, just watching him get closer and closer to the trap. And he's been wrecking it, and he's been, it's been so frustrating. Took a while, but I've just been laying there for like 4 hours, and finally he went in there, pulled the cord, which is, where is it, Gibbo?
Oh, I don't know.
It's around here somewhere. So basically, it was resting on that, pulled the cord, got him.
Oh.
Now all we got to do is get a lid underneath, which could be a bit tricky, and then
Set him free. What?
I don't want it to go in the
right.
sink.
Okay.
And then yeah, take him all out, and then set him free.
Whew.
So yeah, good. Hello, Ruchi. Yeah, we got him.
Good job. Mostly just you.
Okay. We got rid of Jerry in the end, and it was a bit of a ball ache. But one thing me and Gibbo were chatting about actually was we were mega chuffed how we didn't resort to getting like the traps or the honking glue or the poison for the mouse. We got rid of him in like a humane way, so he didn't die basically or suffer at all. So obviously when we were looking at like how we could do it ourselves, we Googled it because Google tells you everything. And the first one we come up with, or the first one we read about, was the old peanut butter on a spoon sketch. So what we did, we put peanut butter on. We haven't got any left now. But we put peanut butter on the main bit of the spoon. And then I'd seen that he'd been like going up and down this bit here. So we rested the spoon there, and then we put the capture area down there. And then we thought nothing more of it. We were like, this will definitely work. And then what we found, was we woke up in the middle of the night and we were like, oh, what was that? And then we looked at the spoon, and the crafty little bugger had turned the spoon round like that. So then he ate the peanut butter and then buggered off. So we tried it again because we thought maybe, you know, who knows? And he did it again. Surprise, surprise. So that way didn't work. So there's a tip for you. The next way which we tried was we got my GoPro stand, like so, and we rested it on the bin, underneath the bin like that, and then we put some choco drops in, which we've got in here somewhere, because what we found was he was snapping the choco drops up. He loved them, so we put the choco drops in there. Obviously, I tied the string around the GoPro stand, and then we just lay in wait. The issue with that was we didn't have any ambient light going on, and every time I heard something, I'd use my head torch and put the red torch on, but that was obviously still spooking him. And then even with the red torch, if he was underneath there, because that bucket is black, we couldn't see him if he was in there or not. So it was like, it was a guessing game, so we never got him. So eventually what we had to do was we sacked that off, and then luckily we've got this massive plastic container in the garage. So what we did was same sketch as the other one. So like so. I won't do it pucker here, but basically I secured some string to the stand, like so. And then I lay in wait for close to 4 hours, not moving. And then eventually, obviously the choco drops are in there, and eventually I seen the little rascal. He went in, he was wrecking it, and then he finally took the bait, he went in, and then obviously lying from a bed. Oh, sorry, Cook. I pulled it, a bit more of a bang, because obviously I was like, pulled it really hard, and it captured him, and that's the bit you've seen. So I thought it was just something for like cartoons where people would set these sort of traps, but they gen work. So if you do ever have a mouse in your home, van, house, flat, wherever you live, canal boat, this is the way to do it. Don't go for the peanut butter and spoon method. It doesn't work. But anyway, yeah, there you go. It might come in useful one day. You're welcome. What a week is all I'm going to say for this week. Fuck me. We've had a mega good week down I have to excuse pronunciation. Nova. Oh, you know what? Can't really remember. But anyway, we had a mega good week down there. Some awesome lakes. Cookie did a bit of swimming. Hoochie did a bit of swimming. We did a bit of swimming. Just generally a really nice week. What put a bit of not a dampener on it, shall we call it an experience, was, as you would have seen the footage, we had a house guest. We nicknamed him Jerry. I'll let you figure that out. And he's caused a bit of a nightmare this week, but we've got him out. But honestly, I think the one thing that's taught us actually is how stressful it is like when you live in a conventional house, if you've got mice, obviously it's not great, but it's probably not at the forefront of your mind. But living in a van when you've got a mouse in there and he's potentially destroying shit in your house, it's really stressful, and it's broken sleep. You can hear him doing his bits and pieces, and you're just like, what is he doing? And you know, vans have got so many little, like, what's the correct word? Cavities? Is that? I don't think that's the right word, but you know what I mean. No, there's lots of little nightmare. Anyway, we got him. He's gone. He's still alive. He's not gone. It's just he's not in the van anymore. Anyway, so granted, I am actually 38 years old, which I know a lot of you are thinking. He doesn't look 38, he looks more like his early 20s. tough paper round. Anyway, one thing, when we were back in the UK, I was like, I've seen a couple of other people do it, and I was like, oh, I'd quite like to do that. I don't know why I'd want to do it. I know it might seem a little bit childish, but they had the old Lego figures, and they were like putting these Lego figures next to stuff, and they were posting on Instagram. I was like, that looks so much fun. So, as a 38-year-old guy does, he buys them, and I bought 2. So, welcome to the road trip. These little Lego figures. Oh, can you see them? That's not right. There we go. So how about that? So you might be thinking, well, all right, there's 2 there. So the first one, this little one here. Look at that, eh? So he's basically Commando Russ. So he's old Russ. He's what the veteran stands for in Commando Veteran. And there he is, all Gucci'd up with his, his little commando dagger at the back, and he's got his weapon, got his sidearm, got his body armor on, helmet. Look at that, Gucci. He's even got he's got a radio if he wants it, for a bit of, wants to call in the old air support. JTAX, you know I'm talking to you. That's about it for him, really. Oh, he's got night vision goggles. We don't need that. And then I thought, well, I'm not, I'm obviously a veteran, but I don't do that line of work anymore, so we'll put him back here. So we got the new Russ. This is new Russ who likes surfing, with a brown baseball cap, and has got a camera to do his vlogging. Now, he's also got a few other bits and pieces. He's got a real camera, or a proper camera, but I don't have one of those, so that doesn't get used. I've got a flash for the camera. It's built in, so that's old. The old, I don't know, clapboards, are they? Clapperboard? I don't know, anyway. And then one thing which I definitely don't need is he came with a full set of hair. I don't know if you can see that. That's definitely not required. So yeah, they're going to be along for the They're going to be along for the journey these days. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on what a 38-year-old man should be doing playing with Lego. Feel free to comment. Good. So Gibbo made a valid point, actually. When I was showing you the Lego figures, she was like, they're really cool, Russ, but where's one of me, Cookie and Ichi? And that is an absolute fair point. So I should have, a bit selfish there. So what I'll do, when I get back in, I'll have to have a little look for some Lego pieces, one which looks like Gibbo and Cookie and Hooch, and then when we get back to the UK, I can pick him up. But anyway, I mentioned before where we stayed over for Christmas Day. You can see it from here, so I'll try and zoom in on it. Look at that for a view though, we kayaked in there, didn't we? And then, if you did watch our Christmas video, I'll put the link above, you know, you might want to. Christmas coming up and all. You'll see Screw's fingers here, peeps, for military personnel. Where's the finger? Oh, there it is. So we parked up. Oh, that's terrible, that. But anyway, the tip of the finger. Sorry, you should never use your finger. I know that, but I didn't have a pencil or something to hand. Anyway, taking a walk. Probably heading back to the old van now, Vanya, because we've got to do some food shopping, got to do some laundry. All that good stuff. Van life, it's not always glamorous. Tired! Oh, okay, you ready? Oh, bend to the knees. Let's go. Someone's fatigued. Oh, here he comes, look. This is a taxi for one, Cookie, I can't take 2.
We need the bags.
Yeah, but if we use the bags, I wouldn't get to wear this sweet Van Gogh bag, would I? Proper manly bag that I'm wearing at the moment, with a capacity to put one hot wet in there, travel cup, and that's about it. And 2 Lego figures. Okay. You okay? Luckily, I know what you're thinking, parking up next to a church or whatever is not the smartest idea when they've got bells going off. But they stopped ringing them last night I think it was about 10:30. I think it goes off every half hour here, so they stopped luckily through the night, so that was a win. Anyway, we're heading to a place called Tamar. So we'll take you there. Let's go. So we made it to Tamar, and unbeknown to us, there is a badass castle here. We haven't really read much about the history just yet, but it's got a lot of history to do with, like, when we're walking around Tamar, it's got loads of history to do with, like, the Knights Templars and that. And we've come to this castle, and just by coincidence, actually, last night I watched Kingdom of Heaven, and then it makes you appreciate, you know, when they're scrapping on the on the walls and that. Just look at this, man. So you'd be bombing up here, repelling the naughty invaders, and these are the castle walls. So I was just chatting to Gibbo then, and we both find stuff like this fascinating, but for massively different reasons. Gibbo likes it because she's like fascinated by the people who were just going about their daily business here, like hundreds of years ago. Like, people were just doing random stuff, like, you know, selling scran or I don't know what. But I find it fascinating because I always look at the sort of like the defense systems and the battles they would have had here and that. But anyway, I think actually it's quite weird. It's quite apt, should I say, that the battle with the mouse this week, we finish in a castle. It's like it was meant to be. And I managed to repel the mouse. Anyway, we're going to keep mincing around here. I'm not going to take you with us. We're going to walk around and have a little look-see. Let's finish it there. If you enjoyed this video, thumbs up please. If you want to comment on the video, please do. That would be appreciated. If you want to give it a share, obviously give it a share. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, get it done already, people. But anyway, until next week, laters. Hello. What are you doing? Cookie, do you want water? What's this? Yeah, get that slaver in there.